Wow, spring has sprung in FINOW land. Hey everybody, FINOWatch, that's their official brand name, is back with all of these guys here. And we're going to go into a series of reviews of the latest Apple look-alike watches that FINOW has put out. In fact, I got a new playlist for you, tinyurl.com/FINOWWatchReviews. That'll take you to a look at the FINOWatch collection of the newest watches. We're going to have some of them that have built-in GPS. We've got other ones that have got, oh gosh, I don't know, 30 or more different watch faces animated. We got some that aren't even on the market yet. I have no idea what's in this box or how it works. That's the only picture of it. Same thing with this one, but they will be out soon and we'll be giving you reviews of them. For today, we're starting here. Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. We're leading a healthy lifestyle with an Apple-looking watch in this box called the W66 from, you guessed it, FINOW. Here's the processor, watch size, bunch of other things. Got wireless charging. That's cool. Let's take a quick look and then we will tell you about it. We got the band. We've got the module itself all wrapped up and pretty in a nice display box. Opening it up. Here it is. Speaker over here. Microphone, power button, knob. A little bit of plastic on it, and it uses the Apple style bands. What are we looking at? Well, from the AliExpress official FINOW store, we're looking at what's called a W66, also known as an IWO14 apparently. It has rotating knob capabilities, so it should be integrated with the display, wireless charging, and Bluetooth calling. Yep, with custom watch faces available. Notice you can get it in a variety of combinations with some different bands and such, and it runs roughly 53 to 56. Check the link in the show notes. It'll take you over to this buying page. You can select what you like, and hopefully we'll have a good coupon discount for you as well. In terms of overall specs, here we go. Basically, no SIM card in it because it's Bluetooth connection. No GPS on this one. It does have the Bluetooth calling, though, fitness tracker, message reminder. You can answer calls and dial calls. Has push messages, and on and on and on. Heart rate, no cameras. All these different languages are supported. We've got a little bit of memory. Life waterproof, again, more or less splash proof. 300 to 450 milliamp hour batteries, so should have relatively good life for the battery. 320 by 385 resolution, so it's more sharper image you're going to see on this one than the regular 240 by 240 or so. And it's got the longer 1.75 inch screen, silica gel bands on it, and sports Bluetooth calling. So let's take a look. We have the bands that are going to go with it. Well, here, I can get that one up. Underneath here, come on out, band. You know, these just slide in the side like on Apple Watches. We open up, we've got, yep, the wireless charger. They're really coming out with this same basic wireless charger on all of them. So I think you're going to find they're interchangeable. The back is pretty much similar on a lot of the FINOW watches. It's magnetic, but not too strong. But when you lay it down and your bands are in it, you can just hover it over the wireless charger, and that should do the trick. Ah, look at that. We've got the little case. We've seen that on a couple of other ones, that if you're interested in a protector, you can actually slide the watch directly in the plastic connector before you put the bands on, by the way, and then put the bands on afterwards, and you've got it basically protected from dropping or banging. The little manual in here in Chinese and English looks like this. Basic button instructions for it. And similar watch faces we've seen on some of the others, the big red X and the rainbow watch face. There's a QR code, and it uses FitCloud Pro, which is a common one we've reviewed many times, so we'll just go over that briefly here for you. And then, of course, you get into the main features as well for this little watch. Some health functions that are supported. Looks like it says blood oxygen and ECG, really, on this little watch. Okay, well, a lot to explore. Warranty details and other kinds of goodies. And then Chinese here. And like all of these now, we need to assemble it before we can show it to you. All right, we'll be right back. Here it is, compact little package. The bands just slide in like regular Apple watches. All the goodies on the back, microphone, a rotating knob, button on the side, and speakers here. They're all going to look like that. Some of them have different size batteries, different size screens, different capabilities, different operating systems, and they use different apps as well. Press and hold the side button. Did it a little too long, and there it is. Beautiful, colorful screen, rotating knob to change between the 4 watch faces. Well, 3 and then a custom one that you can install from the app. Yep, this is your bare bones one. This is a beginner's watch in a sense, in that it does the basic stuff that you need. Here you've got your heart rate shown on the screen as well. And that one, I love that one. It shows you the full edge-to-edge capability of this watch. So putting it on is really simple. You line up the hole you want. You shove it through the slot. Nice TPU band. You're good to go. Let's walk through it. From the watch face, I can slide down. This shows if I'm tethered to my app, which I will be later because we want to show you a little bit on that one. We've already covered FitCloud Pro in the past, so we'll be just touching on it. Information about this watch. It's known as the Model Watch 6. Duh. I wonder why. Why in the world would they pick that? But that's what you're going to look for when you're doing your Bluetooth tethering. And we're back. There's your battery level. This feature is so cool. I really want to talk about that. And sadly, I have not seen that in any of the other watches. This is your QR code that you scan to download FitCloud Pro, or you can use the link in the show notes. Either way will get you there. And this is just a different way of showing the app style. I'm in the 9 button grid, or you can do smart style. We'll come back and talk about that too. Well, we got a lot to talk about. Sliding up, notifications push to you from your phone. If you set that up in the app, will show up here, and they're all readable. Off to the right, you get all of your different exercise activity. Now, this is an entry-level one, and it doesn't have GPS in it, but it does support walking, running, what they call mountaineering, I guess, or climbing, cycling, and a few other little goodies are in here, too. All of these are pretty much based on the pedometer for distance and time and calories burned on an algorithm that they figure how strenuous that particular activity is. Then you slide this way, and now we're into the app drawer where you've got your overall step count here from last night, calories, or from the day, the current day, last night's sleep time, total. Yeah, I knocked out last night. Deep and light are shown here. Then you've got this breathing thing, which when you activate it is going to have you inhale and exhale for 1 minute or 2 minutes, and you'll be able to relax yourself. Now you get into the measurements. Check this out. This one not only has heart rate, and I don't want it to time out on me, but blood pressure, temperature, and blood oxygen. So all 4 are there. I know you're interested in temperature, so I'm going to jump over here and show you that you can set it up in the app to show on the watch in degrees Fahrenheit. Hello, USA! Yeah! No longer do you have to convert centimeters, centipedes in your mind. You actually, I'm so excited. You actually get it in Fahrenheit. This takes a while, which is why I'm meandering with my conversation with you, because it really does need to hone in on and stabilize on your temperature down to the 100th of a degree. I mean, you just think yummy thoughts and it'll change your temperature, I'm sure. This is an animated chart, has nothing to do with it, and all of them have that kind of a chart. But you can invoke the temperature reading directly from the watch. Now, it's not supported on the app, but all the other items are, and as you've seen before in FitCloud Pro, you can tap one button and get your other measurements. There we go. I'm at 97.77 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Super, super detail right there. Okay, we were walking through these. The others are the similar, just to show you. You go to O2, you get the same kind of a pattern, and it'll just give you your reading there, and it shows you your last one as well. This is ECG, and I'm going to tell you right up front, because it's using FitCloud Pro, and if you followed this channel, you know that that is a simulated ECG. It's not accurate, it's not real, but it looks real. So this is bogus, but it's the only one that I know for sure that is not real. However, the heart rate that you're getting should be reasonable. Now, the questionable thing is ECG, electro, means you have to have two connections. Obviously, your body touching the bottom would be one, and normally you would touch the corners or a button somewhere or here to complete the circuit. It says to app, and that means you look at your app to see what the reading is, and you get the chart, but the chart is not real. So I highly suggest you just ignore that and don't even use ECG. Use the heart rate here if you want your heart rate. This is a music player, and when we are online, that actually works. This is for female cycle tracking, and if you have your app set up to be female, it can do all of that stuff. That button takes you right back to the same thing that we had when we scroll to the right. Okay. Then you've got your weather in your area, and it updates from your app, and it's a bit chilly or warm, depending on where you are in the world right now. You have alarm clocks. You have a stopwatch, which when you start it, locks the whole thing up. You can't do anything, turn it off, anything at all, other than bail out of it, and you can't do that there. You have to do it from here. When you do leave it, it does start it all over again. So that's not something you can run in the background. But again, this is the entry-level watch. Here you have a countdown timer. You can set whatever you want. Let's set it for 5 seconds and hit start. Counts down. When it gets to the bottom, it's going to vibrate to let you know that your time is up. And that's it. And that is on here as well. This is your messages. This is your find your phone, and we are connected. And the phone is ready to go. And then this is overall brightness, so I can show you that at the brightest level, it's pretty darn bright. It's almost washing out the digits there. There's our time display. And again, you can press and hold and switch it to whatever one you want. There's the bright colors. Nice viewing angles on this one. I'm smitten. I like this one. It's all I need. I don't need a whole lot. Well, I'm Mr. Tix. I need a lot. Okay, honestly. But, you know, just to go out and play, this is plenty fine. So that was brightness. What the heck? We'll leave it on full bright. This is your call logs and your call history and your dialer and all of that stuff is here that you can place and receive phone calls. And the speaker is reasonable. I'm not going to go through all that with you, but it is, and it works really well. Information for the thing, we already saw that again. It's the Watch 6 for tethering. These are the different styles, and now we can show you the smart style. So when I come back, you see you've got all of that. And one thing I haven't been doing is rotating the knob, but I could. You see, I can change the sizing of these with the rotating knob. And when it's in the other display, dial switch. Oh, that's the dials. All right. How do I do this? Let's see. Menu style, that's what we were actually looking at when I'm in the 9-grid style, like this. And I go into here. Does this do it? Yep. See, you can rotate through everything with the knob as well. I always forget to do that because I'm so used to touching the screen to get around. But that's in the style was right there. You can turn it off. You can completely reset it, and then into settings, which we just touched on. You have language changing capability. It shows you the ones that are available to you. And of course, we are in English right now. And not too many of the Asian languages. Interesting. Hey, Hebrew's in here. We get asked about that a lot. That's pretty cool. Okay, so languages are there. Our overall display, which we just showed you the dials, the brightness, and the screen time. Now you can, how long it will stay on. You can change it from like 5 seconds to 9, and I'm on the maximum. Turn your wrist to see the time. That's available in here as well. And that was in the display. You have different levels of vibration intensity. I'm on number 3. And of course the menu style. And in system, you have the basic shutdown, restart, and about, which shows you your model number again. All right, that is everything. So now it's time to take a look at the app. Again, FitCloud Pro. There'll be a link in the show notes to take you over there when you get it all set up and linked in and connected. You see it's synchronizing the data with the watch right now. My step count for today is all here. I tapped it. You can see a bar chart that shows you when those steps were taken and how close I am to goals. And you have all of these categories. Last night's sleep time shown here. And when you touch it, and I like this, it expands the thing up to a big box and shows you that you were in that sleep condition at that particular time of the night. All right? And they are broken into awake being the brightest, light sleep being middle, and deep sleep being the dark area. So I had a deep sleep from 7:11 to 7:34 before going into light sleep and getting up, yes, at 8:06 this morning, and proud of it. Nothing like being an entrepreneur. You can sleep in. So here are the breakdowns of the sleep. You got your weekly summaries. I've only just started with this watch last night, so you don't have anything there, but you have all that there. Now, going into these, heart rate, blood pressure, blood oxygen, and ECG are listed on here. Again, ignore the ECG. It's simulated. It's not accurate. You're wasting your time. It's the only drawback. I really don't. There's a couple of them. This one, FitCloud Pro, and then FINOW, the FINOW app. Both of those simulate ECG, and they are not worthy of even having it on them. Oh, I can get on a soapbox. However, if I just hit health measurement, you notice that everything here went blank, these 3. There's no temperature, like I said. Hopefully they'll add it to the app in an update because the watch has temperature. There's no reason why they couldn't trigger it to do that at the same time. But it's immediately and currently, without changing anything on the watch, not even turning it on, in the background, it is getting the heart rate, the blood oxygen, and after a little while, the blood pressure. So this is a perfect watch, especially if that's all you're looking for, a relatively inexpensive, introductory Apple-looking watch for one of your family members, if they're dealing with COVID or something and you want to be able to monitor them from the other room remotely. There you go. We got all of the data on here now. And it just hits stop when it's done, or you leave it on and it's continuing to measure. See that change to get the actual number. And then when it says start, it is finished, and that's the number you'd go on. Wow, it just jumped up because I'm moving around. See, so yeah, you want to have this on and be still when you're doing it. The device, this is where we've covered this before, all these different things. I do want to show you the dial settings that you've got. Lots and lots of additional dials. You can add only one, but when you add it, this is what you get. That's the dial I've got going right now in my add-on. And it's simple as just selecting one of them, and once you're tethered, transferring it over, and it'll install. My dial is where you have the ones that you like. When you select one, it's put on the watch, on the phone, so you literally don't have to be on the internet to change dials. You just need to be Bluetooth connected. So if I really like that one, I can tap it. It'll be added to my dial. You could add them all if you got the time standing in line somewhere, and they're available to you to add. Okay. Some of these you're going to see on some of the other watches as stock watches, because a lot of the other ones have way more watch faces in them than this one does. But this one is the only one that's tethering to this app for those capabilities. Kind of creative how FINOW has each watch in a little niche that offers certain things that the others don't, so you can't go, that's the Holy Grail, that's the one watch, that's it, none of the others matter. No, they want... It would be nice if you have a collection of watches, right? Say, oh, which one do I want today? I'm going outside, so I'll have the GPS watch. Weather report, you can turn that on. Raise your watch is all here. So a lot of the things you can trigger on here, you can set from here. Find your band. When you tap that, it's vibrating, not making a sound, but there it is coming up. Your wrist preference and all of that stuff. Now I want to play a little bit of audio on here just so you can hear it. And then mine is where you set stuff up. You can tether to Google Fit. You can set your exercise goals, your units, and overall settings for your account when you're set up on the app. And that's that. So this gets me back to this little thing here. It looks like a pair of headphones with a lightning bolt going through it. Actually, what this is a toggle mode for audio. You can turn it on or off. This is a godsend. I don't know how many of you have worked with a watch that has Bluetooth tethering for phone calls, Bluetooth calling, that kind of stuff on it. But sometimes you're in a situation where a call comes in, it gets routed to the watch, and you don't really want to take it on your watch. Oh, gosh, it's a mess. Then on your phone, you got to go in and switch it to speakerphone or to phone only or whatever. It gets a little bit crazy. So once you have this all set up, and I'm not going into that, it's a simple thing of just pairing it like you would pair earbuds. When you're paired, you have the option of turning this on or off. When I turn it on, now it is going to be connected to your phone once it says it is, and you'll have the access to phone calling, receiving them or placing them, as well as things like the music player. So when you go into here, whatever source you had playing over on your phone will start playing here. I got to go and make sure it's all connected. There you go. Tiny bubbles. Can you hear it? Cool. All right. So that's it. This is the W66. It's the entry-level Apple-looking smartwatch from FINOW with Bluetooth calling. Limited number, but some really nice watch faces on it. Nice bright screen, custom faces that you can add, and available directly from their factory store on AliExpress. In the show notes, you'll find a link. It'll take you to this page, and hopefully a coupon discount as well. You can pick out the configuration you like with whatever bands you want, colors you're interested in, all of that stuff. That's it. This is a beginning. There'll be some more coming, so make sure you check the playlist as the new ones show up. They'll be added into the playlist, and then you can really cross-compare what the features are between each of these watches. They're all going to be lightweight, use the same kind of bands, and be brilliant smartwatches with the Apple style to them. Thanks for watching, gang, and we'll see you again soon.